Welcome to the Motor City Mama Show. I am your host, Kara, and today I have a very special co-host,
Colt Fry.
and we're at the Belmont Farms Distillery. Colt is going to be interviewing some of our moonshiners, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the Motor City Mama Show, where the roads may change, but the stories always lead us home. Today's episode is one I don't think I'll ever forget. Not because of the moonshine, not because of the history, but because of a little boy with a drum, a question that stopped grown men in their tracks, and a reminder that traditions only survive if somebody cares enough to carry them forward. We pulled into Belmont Farm Distillery, and instantly you could feel it. Not just the history, the heart. There's something different about places built by generations of hard work. You can almost feel the fingerprints of the past still resting on the wood beams and old barrels. The smell of grain in the air, fresh earth, the sound of people laughing together. No rush, no pretending, just people gathering the old-fashioned way. And honestly, in a world moving way too fast, it felt peaceful. Then we met the legendary Chuck Miller, and let me tell you, Chuck doesn't just tell stories. He delivers them like somebody handing you a family recipe that's been protected for generations. I am here with Chuck Miller, the owner of Belmont Farm Distillery, so tell me a little bit about how this started. This was your family home, so when did it start?
Well, actually started a long time ago when I used to work with my grandfather. You know, he had me working with him, but I never knew back then for sure what I was doing. I finally learned. He taught me everything. But then I grew up and joined the military, so I'd never do that again. Then I got this whole farm and we started trying to make a living raising corn and things. But corn prices were bad. So I remember what Grandpa used to do with corn.
Yeah.
Started selling it. So that's making a little moonshine and selling it.
Turn into liquid gold.
Yeah, but you know, I didn't want to be like him because the cops were always chasing him. And I didn't want that kind of lifestyle. So I got legal and I called up, it was the BATF back then. I called them up, told them what I wanted to do. And they scratched their head and said, well, no one's ever done that before.
Do it the legal way.
Made legal moonshine, yeah. They said, well, don't see anything wrong about it. We'll just send you down an application. Well, it only took a couple of years to get it right before they let me do it, but I got her going.
Was it a hard process to get it legal?
I wouldn't call it hard. I call it, it's crazy. They ask you so many questions and you got to get it right. And you can't get a license for a still unless you got a still. It's a chicken and egg problem, you know. So I didn't have a still at that time. So and my paperwork was almost done and I needed a still. So I said to the BATF agent, you guys are busting them up all the time. You must know where one is.
Yep.
And they told me about this one that I got. You get a tour yet?
Not yet.
Okay, anyway, nice big still. But anyway, it was in the mountains.
So you saved it.
Huh?
So you saved it.
Yeah, I saved it. So the guy that had it, he had to get rid of it because the government found it. You know, it had been used illegally. And then it was on the side of a mountain. Trees that big around in front of the door. We had to get the truck back in there and all kinds of lifting stuff. Drive it from about 50 miles down the road up to here. Well, you talk about attracting cops.
Oh, I bet.
And anyway, they all let us go. It was exciting.
Yeah. So, you were the first legal moonshine producers in the U.S.
In the United States,
yeah. Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So, you were the first craft whiskey distillery and the birthplace of the legal commercial moonshine. So that's pretty special.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We expanded when we started with moonshine, but we got bourbon and all the wine, now rye and the whole. We have 15 different products.
So tell me about your best-selling product.
Well, you know, our moonshine is still the number one in the state of Virginia.
Mhm.
It's a good product called corn whiskey.
Mhm.
And you know, we stretch that and we doing all the other products, and we make quality stuff. You know, you can make good moonshine, you can make good anything.
I'm learning the process.
You learning the process?
Yeah, I'm trying to learn.
Okay.
That's why I have to do these events. I got to get tips from all the experts.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you know, that's a funny thing in moonshine. Everybody's got their own recipes.
Mhm.
It's a little different no matter where you go.
So, what's your favorite flavor?
Oh, you know, it really depends what kind of day I had.
Right?
Yeah, I mean.
You want it happy or sad?
Yeah, I mean, really, you know, if you're celebrating, you want one thing. If you're depressed, you need something else. You know, it depends, huh?
Exactly. So, can you tell me about your partnership with Tim Smith and the launch of the Moonshine show?
Yeah, well, Tim used to come up here just back years ago now. Talking about 15 years ago, maybe more. He was just a youngster, and his dad come with him, and I was giving him a tour one day because he wanted to know how I did it. And I asked his dad, "Have you ever had anything like this before?" He says, I just filled my coffee cup up with your moonshine this morning, you know?
Yeah.
No, but he always wanted to go in partners with me, but we couldn't do it because he wasn't legal and I was. And I said, Tim, ain't gonna work. Eventually time went by and he got legal. So then we started a partnership together, and I'll make his IMAX. And been going on ever since.
So can you tell me a little bit about the Franklin County history?
Well, Franklin County is supposed to be the moonshine capital of the world, as they call it. Yeah, and they made a lot down there, and they shipped it all the way up here in Philadelphia and all further north. But my grandfather was into shipping some, but he only shipped to Washington D.C. But his clients were all congressmen or senators back when it was illegal. He was quite a guy, because he would make it and then they'd ship it up there. So had a driver. One day the driver wouldn't do it. So Grandpa was a rough guy. He said, "I'll take it." They had the 14th Street Bridge going into Washington. They had it blocked. When he came over there, it had a crest on it. When he came over that crest, you could see his blocks. So he just sped up, busted through the roadblocks, made his delivery down to Congress. Came back to the farm, and they never caught him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank
I don't think he'd get away with that today.
No. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your proudest moment as an owner of this beautiful property?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just happy to invite everybody and have a big party. I think it's great that all these guys get together. They have a place to get together, and they all get to talk, solve their problems, huh?
That's what moonshine does to people.
Right. Yeah.
It makes everything okay.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been doing this event?
The event? About 10 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. It seems to be growing, and we got a nice group out here. It's great.
Okay. Oh, great. Well, thank you so much. We're about to do a tour.
Oh.
So you guys will see that here in a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to go find you a tour guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. It's a
I
pleasure.
appreciate it.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. What's this young man now? So tell me about yourself. What's your name and who you're with and why you're here?
I'm Colt Fry.
You're here to interview the Moonshiners.
I'm here to interview the Moonshiners.
There you go.
Um,
Who are you going to interview today?
I'm gonna interview Chuck. I think Tim.
They got Mr. Raiders out there.
Tickle.
There you go. Tickle, yeah. Who else we got?
Amanda.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Got a list there. All right. Okay, so what's on your mind here this morning?
I just have one question.
Okay, go right ahead.
Why is it important to keep traditions alive?
Why is it important to keep moonshine alive?
Yeah.
You know, it's an American tradition. I mean, what would America be like if it didn't have moonshine? Where would these guys go and sneak up, sell it, and make it in the middle of the night, huh? They like it. It's exciting for them, and they love doing it. And it's an American tradition.
Yeah.
There you go, huh? Anything else you want to ask?
That was all.
That was it? Well, it's been nice. Thanks for the info. Okay.
This all starts with the land. If you respect the process, the product speaks for itself. And that's exactly what this place represents. Respect. For farming, for craftsmanship, for family history. He walked us through the process of making moonshine, talking about the traditions that families in Appalachia carried quietly for generations. Not because it was trendy, not because it was on television, because it was survival.
At least most of it. And that's the old pot still there. That's a 3,000-gallon pot still, made in 1933. That's the year of Prohibition ended. Yeah, we're still using it today. 300 years old soon. But the process, starts out in the cornfield there. We plant all our grain here, corn, wheat, barley, and rye, depending on what we're making. Store it in those grain tanks out there. When we go to cook that day, we'll fill this halfway with water, get a ton of grain, grind it up, dump that in there, get this to boil. And then when it's finished boiling, cool it back down, pump it to one of those stainless steel tanks in the back. We got 4 of them back there. It'll sit in those tanks and bubble gurgle, And when it goes flat, that's my sign. Yeah. Pump it to the pot still. It'll come out of there about 75 proof. Now, this is a technique not used by too many people today, but it makes really great whiskey. It'll boil from there over to this other little still here. They call that a doubler, or they got different names for it in the woods. But anyway, what it does, it doubles the proof. So it comes out of there. It's alcohol steam turns back into a condenser over here. It turns back to a liquid, and we come out about 150 proof now. And the hydrometer floats up here. You can see the hydrometer. And I'll read the proof. The good whiskey winds up over here. The whiskey that doesn't come up, quality because the proof drops too. We pump that back and do it again. Nothing goes to waste. Only thing that goes to waste is in the doubler. You get the leftovers. We just throw them away. And then the mash, that's in the pot still, feed that to the cows. We got happy cows. All right, then the corn whiskey, you'll pump back here into one of those tanks so it can be bottled up. And of course, aged whiskey has to go into a barrel. Product over here, we call it Virginia whiskey. You're competing against this Tennessee whiskey. There's a guy down there that makes Tennessee whiskey. I forget his name. But anyway, just a little different than anybody else. We even got this registered in the patent office. All right. That's clear whiskey when it comes over.
Oh, you can smell it.
Yeah, can you get a whiff of that?
Got a whip. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys want to get a whiff of that? You can smell it from back there. You bring a straw with you? But anyway, it doesn't take but overnight. We get these, this apple tree, and we cut it down and toast it, soak it in there. It makes really good whiskey. But anyway, you only leave it here for 2 months. And then from here it goes into a regular barrel for 4 years.
Wow.
And then we got some other whiskeys that's 6 years old and some is 10 years old. Anyway, you gotta have really good water here to make whiskeys, to make a mash. Of course, to get the fermenting process to go, you need the calcium water, like limestone water, something like that. If you've ever been down to Jack Daniels to see that cave where you got that water coming out? It's all limestone water. We got something like that, aquifer like that. But anyway, that makes great whiskey. But when you go to bottle whiskey, you gotta really have some clean water. Because if you don't, the minerals will precipitate out and cause a cloud in the bottle. So to clean up water, to cut the whiskey, we got a water softener, sand filter, another water softener, a carbon filter, pre-filter, reverse osmosis filter, a positive and negative ion filter, 0.02 micron filter, and a UV light.
So you're all set.
Yeah, buddy, we make some
Get some good liquor.
That water is so clean, you're not supposed to drink it. Because it'll take the minerals out of your body. You gotta mix it with something. Mix is great with alcohol.
Oh, I bet.
All right, and then this is an idea about what we do. We had whiskey in here, it's sleep. To wake it up. All right. Yeah, we got 1,000 barrels in one barrel and another 1,000 in the other building. But this is an idea, but it's like, because this room back here now, it gets hot and it gets cold. And whiskey expands and contracts with temperature. So when it gets hot, this stuff pushes real hard and it'll start to leak. It'll probably leak a little bit this summer. But then when it gets cold, it comes back out. So that's what gives your action and ages the whiskey in and out the barrel. Well, and some of this must be getting aged on now. Anyway, I guess that's basically how you do it. Anybody got any questions?
No.
No? Okay. Well, let me show you the products. And oh, wow. Okay. Which I keep a lot of records for the government.
You gotta do that.
Yeah. All right, here's where we get it, everything in a bottle. The bottles will come in here. I got it run in. Okay, the bottles come in, we'll dump them on that table, we'll run around here to go through the cleaner, come down here, this is the filler to go through there. Now you notice we did put some bungees on it. Reason why, it pulls it down faster, you can get more bottles per minute. So we're up to about 24 bottles a minute now. I mean, that doesn't seem like really fast in today's world. You get down there and try to put them in a box. They keep you busy, I'll tell you that. Yeah, these bungees help a lot. They didn't come out till 1985, though. But we have to replace them every night. No big deal. Health department gives me a fit of it. All right, then we got to screw a top on, or you can put a cork in, or we got a label that does flat bottles, and we got a label over here that does round bottles. That's a newer one. And of course, everybody knows Prohibition is over.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, we're still celebrating here.
Well, how are you? According to Henry, this was probably one of the last group photos.
What's that?
Looks like a great event.
Yeah, we're getting some folks here.
Starting to fill in.
Yeah. Yes, I brag about our whiskey on the computer, you know.
Absolutely.
So we just don't know which one she likes the best. So what we got here?
Early.
Yeah, we got vodka. We got Copper Kettle bonded rye whiskey. Single malt. There's your bourbon. That's traditional. Butterscotch, which is a neat, fun drink. Apple whiskey. Virginia whiskey, 6 years old. Virginia whiskey, 4 years old. Butterscotch, moonshine, some flavored moonshine.
Oh, wow.
You want to try one?
I think I'm going to try the butterscotch.
You want to do the butterscotch?
No, because that's
All right, here you go. It's early.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
You going to do one too? Are you going to do one too?
Oh, let me have a small
All right,
one.
let's
Yeah.
all right.
All right, you got the camera rolling?
Yep.
Okay.
There's a couple great recipes he makes.
All right.
Okay. Cheers, huh?
Okay.
Happy
here goes.
Moonshine Day.
Thank you. All right.
3.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
You like that?
Mm-hmm.
They're all good.
Now this is the moment where my little co-host officially stole the spotlight. Standing nearby were cast members from Moonshiners, the same people millions of viewers have watched for years, the legends of the mountain craft. And Colt, he walked right up like he belonged there. No nerves, no fear, just curiosity. He looked at them for a second and asked one simple question. The whole mood changed. You could see it in their faces, because out of every question he could have asked, he asked the one that mattered the most.
Okay. So, I'm Colt, and you're.
I'm Mark Ramsey.
Yeah.
Good to see you, young man.
I have questions. Can I ask the questions?
Okay.
Okay. So my first one is, Is being on TV fun?
Well, it's different. I'll put it that way. Yeah, it used to be a lot more fun than it is now, but overall, I'm gonna say yeah, it's okay.
And then, do you enjoy meeting fans?
Do what?
New fans?
What about them? Do I enjoy meeting them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the best part of it. You know, I get a little tired of doing the show, but I don't ever get tired of meeting new people.
And then my last one is keeping tradition. Why is it important to keep traditions going?
Well, that's a good question. Do you have traditions in your family?
Yes.
Okay. Do you consider them to be important?
Yes.
All right. You know, moonshining is part of our heritage, and I think it's our obligation to try to keep people aware of it, and keep people informed about it.
Yeah.
Is that a good answer?
Yes.
All right. Let me give you something here, young man. Thank you so much, and you come back and see me anytime. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Appreciate you.
And for a second, everything around us slowed down. The crowds, the music, the noise. It became something bigger than a festival interview. It became a conversation between generations.
We're here today with
Moonshine Mafia. And what's your name? Colton?
Colt.
Colt? All right. Colt?
Can I ask you some questions?
Yes, sir.
So, is being on TV fun?
It's pretty fun. Sometimes it can be what you call not fun because you're waiting on everybody else. But most of the time it's fun and you're just here with your friends and just living life.
Yeah. My next question is, do you enjoy meeting fans?
I do enjoy meeting fans. That's what keeps us going. If it wasn't for y'all as the fans, we wouldn't be out here doing what we're doing. And the ratings on our show, and I thank you for your support.
That's all my questions.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate your day and appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Hi, what's your name?
Colt.
Nice to meet you, Colt. I hear you want to interview me today.
Yeah.
All right. So, what questions do you want to ask me?
What's your favorite food after a long day?
Ooh, okay. Oh, these are good. My favorite food after a long day would be tacos. Okay. I love tacos. Chicken tacos, pork tacos, you name it, just tacos.
And then, what's your favorite animal?
Oh my gosh, these are hard. Did you do this on purpose? Come up with hard questions? I love dogs. I think dogs are my favorite because they make me feel good. When you see a dog, right, don't you feel better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, why is it important to keep traditions going?
Oh, that's an excellent question. I think it's important to keep traditions going because if we don't, then who else will, right? And it's important for us to study and practice and preserve traditions like distilling for me, but all different kinds of traditions, because if we don't do that, then they can be lost. And I think it's good to carry those into the future for future generations like yourself. Right? That make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Good questions. I'm impressed. Yeah, I think you're going to get a job as an interviewer one day. I like it. I like it. Any more questions?
Nope, that's all.
All right. Well, cool. Good job, there. I like it.
I watched Colt listen carefully to every word these moonshiners said, and I thought maybe traditions aren't disappearing after all. Maybe they just need someone willing to listen.
Colt, how you doing, buddy? You ready?
Yep.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, Colt, let's do it.
So my one question is, why is it important to keep traditions alive?
Well, that is a very important question because if you don't keep traditions alive, then they die. That's all it is to it, you know? So it's kind of like if I know something, I should tell you.
Yeah.
You're the next generation. And then you're going to carry that tradition on, and you're going to tell the next generation, which will be after you. And that's what we talk about, continuation of the generation. You know, the generation lives on. Because if not, then we'll be considered just history. And then people just read about us in I guess today would be the internet, I guess. But, you know, the history books.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I think it's very important that we continue on telling the story, educating people of what it was before. Because if you don't, they won't really know because they didn't experience it. So like me, I experienced a lot of things in my past. So if I tell you about it, even though you didn't experience it because you wasn't here then, now you can tell your next generation. So important.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever got lost in the woods?
Oh, yeah. Deer hunt. It's a scary thing. As a friend of mine told me, he said, if you find the creek, just follow it out and it'll come out somewhere. And he didn't say if you come to these forks, which fork to go. I just guessed and went the middle way. I come out.
And then my second question is, why is it important to keep
Moonshine tradition going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dying art. Our forefathers brought it from the other countries when they first come over here, and it's a tribute to them. And you're gonna be a moonshine?
Yeah.
Good. If I'm a living, you need it, just holler at me. I'll hit you.
Okay.
All right.
And then came one of my favorite moments of the entire day. Civil War reenactors had set up camps nearby, historical uniforms, tents, old cooking equipment. It felt like walking through a history book, and suddenly Colt spotted the drummers. Next thing I know, they hand him a drum, and this kid's done this before.
That is. First I thought it was maybe like a 4 or something. It looks extended like it's different. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. It looks like it has.
Feels weird, doesn't it?
That's what I thought.
Like you got your, put your elbows out. Yeah, there you go. Elbows out. So you're playing in the center. There you go. It's like top fingers. So with traditional grip, close, yeah. So it's like this. Top 2 fingers go over, and the bottom 2 go under and curl. So you're like that. Crook. There you go. Yeah, kind of like that. It's weird. It's completely different than modern. You gotta work with it.
Nice little Martian cadence, right?
All right, Chris, been nice knowing you.
Yeah, Chris, you're out.
Fired. I'm fired. All right. So, the purpose of the drummer, now, the thing about the drummer is somebody your age would actually enlist in the Army as a musician. So your job at your age would have been field music, even at your age. And they basically told all these goons what to do all day. Get up, when to eat, when to go to bed, when to march, how to march, even though some of these guys don't know how to stay in step. But
When to ready,
when to fire. Yep.
You can stay in step. We had a good drummer. You're hired.
Yep. Ready, aim, fire. Cease fire. Pretty much everything. Camp duties.
Yep.
Yeah. When to eat. Your basic rudiments is like the same as today. It's a long roll.
They offered him a job as drummer boy right there on the spot, and the smile on his face, that's the kind of moment you wished you could bottle up forever. Life moves fast, too fast sometimes, and somewhere along the way, people forget to sit together. to teach each other things, to preserve the old stories. But places like this, they remind us. You know, we spend so much time chasing bigger things, bigger houses, bigger careers, bigger plans. But days like this remind you, the most important things usually look simple. A family recipe, a story around the fire, a grandfather teaching a child something with his hands. Those are the things that people remember. And that right there, that's why this episode matters. Not because of celebrity interviews, not because of television cameras, because a young kid understood the value of tradition. And honestly, that gives me hope for the future. From the historic grounds of Belmont Farms Distillery to the stories shared by the cast of Moonshiners, this episode reminded me that the strongest roots are built through family, tradition, and time spent together. So call your grandparents, learn the old recipes, listen to the stories, because one day you may be the one responsible for keeping them alive. This is the Motor City Mama and my incredible co-host, Colt, signing off from Belmont Farms. And trust me, this is one memory we'll carry forever.
Because the secondary and the tertiary skills, because there's a social component too. There's a way you got to talk to people, because you got to buy the ingredients you got to use. You got to, you got to distribute this stuff. You got to sell it to somebody or give it to somebody. And it provides community, because every single person in the community can be inscribed to this one operation. You got the growers, you got the sellers, you got the distributors, you got the masters, you got the moonshiners, you got an entire community of people that are working one specific grain or a couple different things that otherwise the community would be trying to press them. So sell that to outside sources, sell it down to another state, another country, or something like that. Actually, it keeps the community, it preserves our basically, it preserves our growing stock, and it preserves the heritage. It's very important. Increase your brain capacity, because you got to think about a lot. You got danger, you got fire, you got explosive elements, which is awesome. You know what I mean? You got something that you can take to somebody, like providing your family with a meal. Providing your family with a meal, that's what a man is about. That's what a man does. He stands strong and he provides his family with what they need at the end of the day. All right?
Well, Daddy ran whiskey in a big black car. Bought it at an auction at the Mason line. Jackson County Sheriff painted on the side. Just a shot coat of primer, then he looked inside. Well, him and my uncle tore that engine down. I so remember that rumbling sound.